What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we're back with another Marvel Snap video. And in this video, we're gonna be going over this deck, this insane deck that has both Galactus and Knull. That's right, you heard it correctly. Two amazing Series 5 cards, but you guys did it. You guys did it, and I had to start a new series because aside from showing you how amazing this deck is, I'm going to show you all how this deck loses, okay? A lot of people who do not have these Series 5 cards think that they are unbeatable, so it's good to get the perspective on the other side of it to see how many times decks like this lose, okay? This will help you get your mindset right and help you get a lot more wins. But before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris. I also go by Bootman, and if you love Marvel Snap as much as I do, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. One of my primary goals with this channel is to make you a better Marvel Snap player, all right? And we're trying to reach 7,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We've got like 8 days left, so help me hit 7,000 subscribers, and I promise I will provide you with the most amazing content out there. I try to cover things that other content creators aren't covering. For example, with Knull and Galactus, go search YouTube. Go search YouTube. All you're gonna see is videos about how these are the best cards out there and they're unstoppable. Nah, man, not here. I show you the truth about these cards, all right? So make sure you subscribe, and you can join our awesome Discord server, link down in the description below, and follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ if you wanna be part of our monthly giveaways where I'm giving away the season pass every single month. We got the Ant-Man Quantumania season coming up. That movie's gonna be sick, and I'm giving away some season passes if you're following me on Twitter. But I also love chatting with you all on Twitter, and I have some cool announcements coming, so follow me on social media. All right, cool, let's break this thing down. So, Knull. Some of you guys saw my video the other day on Galactus. I got my very first Series 5 card out of a reserve, which is insane. Like, I've been getting garbage. I've been just buying every single bundle to review them and getting absolutely nothing. So I got Galactus. Well, as you saw, if you actually watched that video, was that Galactus isn't all that great, okay? Galactus loses a lot, okay? Those of us, quote unquote, whales who buy these cards, we try to be very vocal about this on Twitter, like, yo, you don't need these cards. These cards lose a lot, all right? But anyways, with Galactus, I always wanted Knull, but Knull is very situational. But I realized, like, hey, with Galactus, you kind of need Knull, okay? So I bought Knull, and it's been fantastic. When this deck works out, it is amazing. But like I said, I want you guys to see the losses. I'm gonna play like probably 4 or 5 straight games so you can see how many times this deck does not work, okay? Because so many of you are getting into your head. You're saying like, oh, well, it's very frustrating when you're playing a Galactus deck and you're not prepared for it. Like, it's very frustrating playing a Silver Surfer deck and you're not prepared for it. It's very frustrating playing a Zoo deck and you're not prepared for it. It's very frustrating playing a Destroyer ongoing deck when you're not prepared for it. It doesn't matter what the cards are. If you don't have the right deck at the right time, you're gonna lose to it. It doesn't matter what series they are. They could be Series 2. You can have a Series 2 deck going up against you, and if you have the wrong deck, the wrong RNG, you're going to lose to it. So I really want you guys to get out of that mindset that you cannot beat these cards. So we're gonna go through, play a few games, but to just kind of review this deck, this actually came from KM Best. He was using it when, I believe, either Rickety Bridge or an Altar of Death was the prime location, and he put up a highlight video, which is all wins, okay? Something I'll keep telling you guys is, and don't get me wrong, KM Best is very transparent about this stuff, but typically if you go to his channel or others, you see the highlights, but he's very transparent that these cards are beatable. But for all of you, watch streams. Quit watching videos, watch streams. If you're just watching the videos from all these other YouTubers, you're gonna think that these cards do nothing but win. Okay, here at my channel, I want to show you the losses. So KM Best put this deck together. I can't remember what he had in place here. I believe it was Psylocke, but I put Wolverine. Like, listen, because you gotta ramp to Galactus. That's the only way that card works. So I pretty much realized if you don't have Electro or Wave, it's not working. So I just got rid of Psylocke. Wolverine's cool because when you destroy locations, he comes over. It can kind of mess you up though, because then you might get turn priority, but I'm trying to make sure that doesn't happen. And I'll show you as I walk through the process. I also put Cosmo in here. I forgot who I replaced, but I put Cosmo in here because if you don't have turn priority, You can put Cosmo in here to protect your death or whoever, if you have enough energy. So you're not gonna be able to run like Cosmo and Knull, okay? But yeah, so you're ramping up. One of the other core aspects of this is Maximus and like Dr. Octopus, because we wanna beef up Knull. When we destroy stuff, we wanna get as much power to Knull as possible. So having Maximus there is +7 power, but also if you have Doc Ock there, you know, he's 10 plus whatever he pulls. So this deck works wonders when it works out, but as you're gonna see, you need quite a few stars to align for things to happen. I'll tell you this, if Electro isn't out on the board by turn 3, along with these other cards in your deck, it's a toss-up whether or not you're gonna win. All right, so yeah, let's jump into some games, see how this works. I call this deck Galactus, and let's do this thing. All right, so let's see. So look, starting out with this hand, I have Galactus, but I have 0 ramp cards. So I'm in a weird position, okay? This is kind of like a leader deck, right? Where like, leader is very annoying, a very just irritating card, but when you start playing with leader, you realize like, oh, like if things don't set up in a certain way, leader's a lot easier to play, by the way, than these other cards. But you start to realize, oh, there's certain situations where leader's just not happening. So right now we have Mindscape. So my goal here is going to be to ramp up to Galactus and take out and put him on this location since I can't put him here. So I get rid of Mindscape. Because if I Galactus, then they get my Knull. If Knull ever shows up, that's bad. But yeah, I've seen some people too wondering like, should I get Galactus with 6,000 tokens? Should I get Galactus with 6,000 tokens? Absolutely not. Not in a bajillion years. Okay, again, I have 0 ramp. So now I need either Wave or Electro to pop up right now, or I pretty much lose. I'm about to give this dude 2 cards. I guess I'll spread this out a little bit. All right, a little discard deck. Ramp. Do I get a ramp card? There he is. Okay, this might actually work out. But I don't have Doc Ock, okay? So I can't pull their cards in to get extra power. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. And even if I had Death, I'm not really reducing the power too much. Like ideally, you get Death down to 0 and then you can pop Knull and Death. So right now, I can kind of only drop Knull. Since he's playing here, I might have priority over here. Okay. This might go very well. Now, I will say, you can snap confidently with this. All right? Let's see what happens. But yeah, I've played against decks where they have debris and like, you know, things like that. So, or they just, they see it coming and they'll like Spider-Man your lane. This guy lost. He wasted his Shang-Chi, which is literally the only thing that could stop us. So he might retreat. Let's see. So. Not enough. All right. So, like, the gods blessed us in that game where Electro came out on turn 4, or else we would have been able to do absolutely nothing. So you see the nail biters, the nail biting that comes in. So again, I'm a little bit worried. So I'm gonna try to fight for Asgard so I can pull 2 cards. But if I don't have ramp, not gonna help too much. Come on. And this is where it gets tricky too. Do I want to hope for Galactus and drop Wolverine or just go for this? And here's the thing too. I have to play this now if I get Galactus, because next turn I'm gonna have to ramp. So I'm gonna need ramp to come up next. Then I have to have Galactus because neither of those are in my hand. I'm gonna give this guy cubes too if it doesn't happen, just so you guys can all see. There's Galactus. 0 ramp. Absolutely no ramp. So we're kind of screwed. Even more screwed. So, like, I guess I can do this, and Doc Ock, it's always a gamble. You know? So, like, what's going to happen? Let's see. This is always a gamble. It's always a gamble. Watch him have a Shang-Chi. Oh. Oh, there, gave you a Zabu. Okay. All right. Look at the cards I gave him. Look at these cards I just gave him. Oh my god. Zabu, Sarah. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Watch. You want to see me give this guy 4 cubes? I'm gonna do it just to prove my point. Here you go. There you go. What couldn't he drop here? Look at that. This guy is like, what is wrong with this person? I wish I could see this guy's face right now. I wish you could see him. Wouldn't that be funny, though, if he destroyed enough for me to overpower him? That'd be hilarious. So, yeah, even if I dropped Chavez there, would have been out. But that's crazy. He didn't have a Surfer. That was close. That was close. But, yeah, things didn't work out. So there's a loss. There's 4 cubes donated to this guy. Now I'm going to retreat, though, by the way. That was just to prove a point, but now I don't feel like losing cubes, okay? But yeah, this deck, this is one of those decks. Like, there's a lot of very strong decks that you could build, Series 3 or otherwise, even Zabu decks, right? Where your rule of thumb is, if I don't have blank by turn blank, I retreat, right? This is one of those decks. By the way, look at that. You guys see that gold foil? This is my first gold foil. How sick. How sick does that look on this? Woo! All right, no Galactus, no Knull, no ramp. Cool. But we have a Tillin, so... And we have Limbo. Okay. So what do I want to do? Guess I'll Cosmo. See what happens. Alright, so you're gonna give me some ramp. There's Electro. Okay. So I drop Electro now. Oh yeah, and then I could drop Maximus middle, not give him some cards. I like. So 5, I drop Maximus and Wolverine, right? Then I drop Galactus. America Chavez, she's going to screw up my turn 6, so that's cool. See what this guy does. When I drop these 2 here, he might be a little worried. Maximus is one of the strongest cards you can get in under Goose, right? Oh, wait, I can't drop 2 cards, though. I just electroed myself. Ooh. But yeah, also, playing against Zabu decks, you got to be very careful. One time, we had Limbo, and I wasn't thinking about it, and I Galactus a different lane. So when I did it, I lost because, you know how it goes. Oh my lord. That's very annoying. I think my best bet is here. Right? Oh man. I guess I could have Galactus on the right. Oh man, that would have been dope. Come on. Yeah, if I Galactus on the right. But by the way, we don't live by resulting here, that would have been a toss-up. Because if he put anything on the right-hand side, I would have lost. So there was no way to tell he was only going to drop middle, okay? Keep that in mind. Something that makes you a better player, don't look back on your matches and say, oh, if I would have dropped it here. I used to make that mistake all the time in poker. All the time. When I was learning poker, I used to sit there and then after the game was already over, I'd be like, oh, if I would have stayed in. Oh, if I would have done this, right? But you have to base your decision-making on, with the information I had at the time, would I have done that? Like, looking back at this, 9 times out of 10, when you drop Galactus turn 6, it doesn't work, okay? Just keep that in mind. Like 9 times out of 10, Galactus by itself does just not work. Here, I got blessed with a +4 Galactus, but who knows? All he had to do was drop 1 card there, just 1 card there, and game over. All right, Wasabi, we got like 2 more games left. So let's see. Oh, this might be a retreat. If he doesn't, then he's running like a Patriot deck. Yeah, and if he's running a Patriot deck, yikes. Okay, we got a pretty good setup. I need Doc Ock to come out right now, though. Interesting. There's Doc Ock. Okay, this might be a win. It might not be a win. He just negatived. I maybe should have done left side with Doc Ock, because I want to bring in the most cards possible, you know? Ugh. That's good and bad, depending on what he just laid down over there. Of course he hits his bishop. Dang it. All right. Here we go. Gonna get 15 plus 9, 25 power. He has priority, so he can't do anything. Oh, we'll never know what that card in the middle was. But yeah, like right now, like if he hit like his Iron Man or something. All right, so we do a little no, we do a little of that. They don't have priority. Let's see what happens. I think I have way too much power. They can't do anything. All right. Thought his Mystique was gonna work. At least he gave it the old college try there. All right, let's do one more. Okay, so we're looking good. We got Electro, we got Galactus. All right. So yeah, and the other thing is too, I like to review these too to be like, should you spend 6,000 tokens on these cards? Galactus, like no way, no way. Knull, I might. Okay, everything's good now. We just need Knull to show up. Knull, maybe. And here's why I say maybe on Knull at like whatever, at 6,000. Maybe I'd wait for 3,000. It's because wait a second. Trying to think. I'm just trying to think if I want to leave this open or not. Because I can't remember, but I think Knull gets the power from this if Knull shows up. But anyways, Knull might be worth it. I would say wait till 3K because so many locations cater to Knull. You know what I mean? Like so many locations have been destroy based. So it's like, might as well, you know? So I'm not, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 cards I'm gonna destroy. Plus these 8. Oh, plus those. So I'm gonna have death no matter what. And he's gonna have priority no matter what too, so we'll snap. So I can drop death, he can't Shang-Chi, so. But yeah, Knull next turn would be phenomenal because then we can Knull and death. Oh, touche. Touche. Oh, there's Knull. There's Knull. Okay, so keep an eye on this, okay? So see if Knull gets the 15 power from here, okay, when we blow this up, okay? You paying attention? All right. Because I had one game where there was like Onslaught Citadel and stuff. I tweeted about it. And I got like all that power. Okay, so let's see. When he blows this up, are we going to get 15 plus 6? Okay, so 21 there. So do we get another 25? Yeah, we do. Nice. That's nasty. That's very nasty. Look at that. Boom. Yeah. All right, everybody. So did I prove my point? I don't know. That was like 50-50 with those. But I will tell you, like I have lost a lot with this deck. I lost even more with just Galactus. But if I'm being fully transparent with you guys, I've ranked up. So I was at like 105, like I was just tanking my ranking. I was just tanking, I was donating cubes. Anytime somebody first turn snapped me, I would snap them right back just to mess with them and stuff. But I really wanted to test like the limits of like this deck. So I've been playing a little bit more seriously. And this isn't just like with this deck. It's any good deck you build, it's your retreating strategy. I was watching the Code Deco guys. Yo, those dudes, when I watched them today, they were at rank 408. But anyways, what clicked for me, I don't even think it was the point they were trying to make, but they were talking about America Chavez in your deck. And they said this. They said, America Chavez, aside from consistency, right? Or like pushing your cards down, like the cards you actually want. But they said something that clicked, and it was, you know for a fact if you need to retreat by turn 5, right? And I'm like, hey, I like that. Like, what the point I'm trying to make is when you have a really good deck, you know your combos, right? You know your counters, you know everything. And the reason I've been ranking up with this deck is pretty much any good deck. It's if I don't have the cards I need, like I walked you through the process, if I don't have Electro, right? If I don't have Galactus, Knull, I know I need to retreat. So that's one of the reasons I've been able to rank up, right? I can confidently snap and I can confidently retreat. So I'm minimizing my cube loss, maximizing my cube gain. But you can do that with Surfer decks. You could do that with Patriot decks. If you watch my Patriot experiment video, and my son was ranking up a ton. I did a live stream where I was coaching my son. He was using a Patriot deck. You can snap confidently if you have Patriot in your hand first turn, right? I need to experiment more to see how that is with like turn 2 and turn 3 and what else is on the board and stuff. But like, I don't know. I'll figure out a way to make some videos or a series of decks where you can confidently snap and retreat. But this is one of them. So like, don't go blowing 12,000 tokens on these, okay? Especially not Galactus, This card is like just terrible by itself. I watched so many videos with Galactus. Everybody claiming they had the best Galactus deck, this, that, the other, right? I tried them all and I lost so much. But I told myself, since I got Galactus for free, if Knull shows up, I'm gonna buy him because I've wanted Knull and I got him and it's been consistent in those certain conditions, okay? So remember, like you guys, like I'm not doing this for my health. If you are sitting there saying that you're losing because you don't have Series 5 cards or even Series 4 or even certain Series 3 cards. Like Series 3 is a little bit different because there's certain deck archetypes where you have to have certain cards. But like, man, you are becoming your own worst enemy. I did a whole video on the psychology of luck that you all need to go watch. But if you're sitting there and telling yourself that, if you're arguing, posting comments down in my comments below, making excuses, if you're trying to debate me on Twitter, like, I'll say this until the day I die, I'm not losing any sleep, okay? I'm trying to help you. You are becoming your own worst enemy by saying, since I don't have these cards, I'm losing. Or since you have those cards, you're ranking up. That is a cognitive distortion. There is plenty of evidence that proves exactly what you're saying wrong. Ask yourself, has anybody ranked up without these cards? Has anybody beat those decks? Something I've been saying too, as my go-to, is, are you saying that people who have X card have gone undefeated, right? Like, think about that for a second. If they're not undefeated, then clearly it's not the best overpowered deck in the world, okay? So take that into consideration. Stop being your own worst enemy, get some wins, all right? If you have any questions, things you want me to cover, whatever, leave them in the comments, tag me on Discord. Best thing you can do is tag me on Twitter. I see that more than anything else. Don't DM me on Twitter, tag me on Twitter, okay? But anyways, that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned a little something. I'll be back tomorrow with some more videos, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, help us hit 7,000 subscribers by the end of the month. All right, and yeah, join our Discord server, follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ, link down below, and I will see you in the next one. Have an amazing rest of your day.